Shalom, shalom, shalom. And all praise and glory to the Most High, power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's worthy to be praised for everything. All praise and glory to his holy name. Shama Mashiach Yahusha. Hope everybody's having a great time this moment. All right. We're going to be going into the truth tonight. Have something special for you as always. The word of the Most High. How about that? Yeah. So get your pencil and your pad. Let's go into it. Let's make it work. Spirit of the Most High. And the Mashiach Yahusha. Keep my little situation together here. Okay. We're going to break down all these lies that's been taught. We come back to the truth. Okay, as always, Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do, in word or deed, do all by Shama Mashiach Yahushai. Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Shama Mashiach Yahushai. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior, Mashiach Yahushai. And we give thanks to the Most High power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's worthy to be praised for everything. Whereas he isn't, enough, I was saying. And he's really worthy to be praised. So we're going to look at, like I said, the truth. Now, one thing we know for sure, that the truth is opposite of a what? Of a lie. We don't need to go into a dictionary to prove that, do we? To tell the truth means you're not going to be lying, okay? So let's look at, first and foremost, what the truth is according to the Bible. Definition. Psalms 119, 142. Let's establish this right off the jump. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth, right? So the laws of the Most High wrote with his finger. It's very important because we have to look at really trying to be as spiritual as we can, because the Most High said in John 4:24, the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him how? In spirit and in truth. So when you look at Deuteronomy 9 and 10, Deuteronomy, the 9th chapter, the 10th verse, it's very important because you have people that been lied to, and they're told that we're not under the law, but we're under grace as a people, and we are the Israelites. Now, Deuteronomy 9 and 10 tells you this, going all the way back to Moses on the Mount Sinai. This is what it says. And the Most High delivered unto me Deuteronomy 9, chapter the 10th verse. And the Most High delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of the Most High. Keep this in mind. 2 tables of stone written with the finger of the Most High. So the Most High took time with his finger to write the laws. And the Most High delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of the Most High. And on them was written according to all the words which the Most High spake with you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. You see? So this is what we're looking at and dealing with the Most High. He wrote the laws with his finger. You see? He wrote the laws with his finger. Are you ready for that? The same laws that these Christian Saturday people are saying we're not under. In other words, you don't have to follow them. Or what else are they saying? What are they saying? If they're not telling you that you don't have to follow the Most High. I'd like to know. Because last I seen, and if you following along and reading what it says written with the finger of the Most High. Isn't that what we just read? Written with the finger of the Most High. So somebody got to be really, 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 really blatantly not caring about the Most High's work. But he got to care about your work or whatever you're doing to answer your prayers. Yet at the same time, you ain't got to answer to him. Somebody have been lied to. A whole lot of people have been lied to. That's real talk. So we got to go back and look at what's written so we can get an idea and understanding of why things are a lot of where they are, especially as far as religions and philosophies and the things that how people think and believe. They're so insane, I'll say, because just that alone, you asking someone that most of you don't know, because you ain't praising the Most High. Most people are not praising the Most High. So you really don't know who you're praying to if you don't know him by himself. Ask the Father. Ask the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, who is Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those 12 nations that make up one nation, as it is written. And most don't, because, I look at how the majority of people have been programmed to think, and just show me. I've been saying it for months. Show me somebody that's really, really spiritual enough to bring out the Most High. I'm not talking about saying the Most High is a Mashiach. I'm just talking about just him alone. He's not being exalted. And he's going to be. Believe this. One way or another, you're going to find out. Because somebody did this. Go to Revelation 12th chapter. Revelation 12th chapter. And we're going to see. And we're going to look at verse 15 and 16. It says, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood, right? So, looking at this, because when you look at verse 9, and You go back to verse 3, it says a red dragon, right? And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his heads. So that's dealing with the superpower of the earth that's ruling now, going all the way back to the 7 heads as they came into consecutive order: the Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, the Germans, the Russians, and the British. And then America came out of Britain. You know this. The 10 horns are the EEC, the European Economic Community, or the EC, the European Community. It's called NATO today, you know, that support the 7 heads as they came into executive order, even until this day, right? So you got verse 9. Now that we know that the dragon is red, it says, verse 9 says, Revelation 12 and 9 says, and the great dragon was cast out. That old serpent, the same serpent that we're going to read about in verse 15. That old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceives the whole world, which lied to the whole world. So understand, the dragon, the red dragon, the red serpent, the red devil, the red Satan, and the red beast, and going all the way back to Genesis 25:25, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, Esau became the Edomites. That's what we're talking about, which deceived the whole world. How can you deceive the whole world? You have to have power to deceive the whole world. You have to have power to whitewash everything. You have to have power to bring about all the things that's been brought about. That's not true. That's a lie. You're going to tell me that Santa Claus come down your chimney every 12/25 every year and give you presents since you've been on this earth? Whose chimney? I mean, it's a lot of things that you got to look at that is lies. A lie is not the truth. Ain't no lies. Look, ain't no lies going to the kingdom. Point blank. You love to make a lie, and you think about that. How many people still, they might be great grandparents, still telling that lie about Christmas. Good and well, they done gave their great grandchildren whatever it is for Christmas. You're talking about Santa gonna get a so-called red white man. He red with a red suit and all that. You know, he the one that gave all the presents. I mean, just think about that lie. Anything to take away from us, man. We don't even have that mindset to realize that, man. That's why it says, Revelation 12 and 9, and the great dragon, the great red dragon, was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. You understand? So he got angels. He got his angels as ministers, you know, they're no different than when you read 2 Corinthians. Same entity. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. Listen, it says, and no marvel, for Satan, same Satan that we're reading about in Revelation 12 chapter, himself is transformed into an angel of light. That's a lie. Deceiving the whole world, pretending like he's an angel of light. Y'all see this? Maybe you don't. Hopefully you do. There was no great thing. Here goes angels right here. If his ministers who are his angels also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, right? Whose end shall be according to their works. In lying to the people, they most not going to deal with them. They're not going to the kingdom, straight up. Verse 13, for such are false apostles. 2 Corinthians 11 and 13, for such are false apostles. Deceitful workers. But they deceive the whole world, right? Deceitful workers. Lying as they're working. Bringing forth more lies. All these religions and so forth. Bringing forth more lies. Transforming themselves into the apostles of a Mashiach. Everybody talking about Jesus. Jesus. They don't even know who he is. Have no clue. Right? So that's how you look at his angels being cast out. Yeah. Those are angels right there. Going right along with him. He got his, I call them his little imps. They work with him. You do negative, oh, you draw them right to you. So now, Going back to Revelation 12, verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood. What did they do? He told you in verse 9. And this great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. So when he's casting out of his mouth, he deceived the whole world. How are you going to deceive the whole world if you don't talk to him? How you going to deceive someone, lie to someone, if you ain't talking to him? You telling lies. That's why when you look at Revelation 18 and verse 23, the last sentence says what? For by thy sorceries, by his witchcrafts, were all nations deceived. You see? They're on a high level of witchcraft. But see, y'all can't see it because it's normal. Most people, it's normal to them. However, whatever they're doing, they just like a bunch of robots and robotees. That's why I call y'all that. Because y'all just, whatever they say, y'all do. Whatever they, is it on the news? Okay, it's on the news. Like, I mean, you hear Trump say it's fake news. They telling lies. One thing about Trump, he's telling you how it is. Straight up. You ain't got to figure it out now. He's telling you how they feel. This, that, and the third, whatever. It's how he feel. That's what I'm going to do. And he do it. You say, hey, he know. Through their sorceries, witchcrafts, were all nations deceived, man. They on a high level of witchcraft. But y'all realize that? Nope. How you think you're going to deceive everybody? They got that magic wand over your head. Doing that magic on y'all. Deceive the whole world. That's why you tell me what religion is doing what the Most High said to do. Keep his laws, statutes, commandments. They talking about faith in who? Jesus. You can't have faith in him. You don't even believe in who sent him here to this earth. He sent himself. He said the Father sent him. But you don't believe in him because you don't know enough about the Most High. You ain't talking about the Most High. Ain't nobody exalting the Most High. He gonna be exalted. He gonna be all in all. Y'all better believe that. So you see it says, Revelation 12:15, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, right? So this is unadulterated to the utmost witchcraft and dealing with lies, sorceries. That's that water as a flood, them lies that he taught. After the woman, who's the woman? Jeremiah 6:2. Jeremiah 6:2 defines who that woman is. It's symbolic. And it has to be done this way because if it was just straight up for who we know and how we know it today, we probably wouldn't have the Bible. Just Antiochus Epiphanes, what did he do? That wicked king, Edomite king, during the Greek Empire, when they first came into power, what did he do? He burned up the Bibles. Anybody caught keeping the law was put to death. Straight up. That's why you see this New Testament, you see Gentiles, yeah, that's us. Just like y'all call yourself Gentiles now. Or tell me I'm wrong. How many of you that's an Israelite, all your family members say that they're Israelites? Think about it. Majority going, we do a census on that. Most of them gonna say they what? They Gentiles. They ain't gonna say they Israelites. They gonna say they Gentiles. They've been programmed. The Jews, no, the Jews killed Christ. He came to his own received them not. That's all they know. John 1:11. They don't read verse 12. They weren't taught verse 12, but they were taught verse. This sorcery is high. It's on a high level. When you think about it, I mean, when you have taken the time to look at how we've been programmed, that's why I stopped saying brainwashed. You're not brainwashed. Your brain is polluted. Most likely polluted us. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. Who's that woman in Revelation 12:15? Here it is. Jeremiah 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. You see? Symbolically. So who is Zion? It has to be proven. The Bible proves itself. It tells you who it's talking about. You ain't gotta be no rocket science to figure this out. It tell you who he's talking to and what he's talking about. We just have to, know these scriptures to the best of our ability. That's what it takes. I mean, other than that, he said in Isaiah 51:16, defines Zion. It says, and I have put my words in thy mouth. And I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundation of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. Okay. Okay. So my people, is anybody that called on the name of Jesus? No. My people have to be defined too. And we define my people. Let's see if we can define my people. Uh-oh. Praise to the Most High. See if we can define my people. I like this one. I got a new one for you. 2 Samuel 7 and 10. 2 Samuel 7 and 10 defines my people, right? Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel. See that? My people Israel. That defines my people. When you see my people, I will appoint a place for my people Israel. That represents the 12 tribes of Israel. He gonna put us in our place. And we'll plant them. And we'll plant that. I is the Most High. Power Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. He said that's his name forever, memorial to all generations. And we'll plant them. He gonna plant us. Who? My people Israel. That they may dwell in a place of their own. Finally. And move no more. You hear that? That's the kingdom. And move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness, oh, we're going to go into it today. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them anymore as before time. Yeah. This is the last captivity, y'all. So now that we know for a fact that the woman represents Zion, the daughter of Zion, which represents the children of Israel. Most I said my people, and we know my people represent the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, when you see this woman in Revelations 12 and 15, you know it's talking about the Israelites, okay? I have likened the daughter of Zion, which represents Israel, the Israelites, to a comely, beautiful, and delicate woman, okay? In the eyes of the Most High, symbolically. Revelation 12, 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood, lies after the woman, after us, the Israelites. Because we the ones, you got to understand, we are the ones that's more thought about, no matter how you look at it, because we got next forever and ever and ever. We got everlasting life. We were promised that, you know. They were promised to live by the sword and the fatness of the land. They have that. And they're doing that. You can see that through their military and so forth. And how they think, as far as, you know, shoot first, ask questions later. So it's, and the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood. You know, lies. It's lies after the woman, after the Israelites. Why? That he might cause her to be carried away of the flood, cause us to be carried away with these lies, which is contrary to dealing with the truth. You understand? And that's what we're looking at here. No more, no less. We're looking at how we've been programmed to not believe the truth, but believe a lie. Believe a lie. And see, that's sad, because with that comes what? Their sorcery, their witchcraft. While people have a spell, they say, do this, y'all just do it. Do that, y'all just do it. They got that magic wand over y'all heads, man. But look what it says. And the earth helped the woman. And the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed up the flood. The earth opened up their mouth and swallowed up the lies, which the dragon, remember it said the serpent, they are the same. Which the dragon, they all were colored. The dragon cast out of his mouth. But see, it's coded. That's why, you know, I don't really like going into deep into these mysteries, because it ain't for everybody. If it was for everybody, then you would be able to read it and understand what it's talking about. Straight up. You know, I know from Revelation 1 to 22, you know, but I don't think it's for everybody. or he wouldn't be coded like this, you know. But in these last days, you're going to hear it. You see? So the earth opened up her mouth through archaeology, history, art story, anthropology, you know, Bible prophecies and so forth, and the knowledge of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua first and foremost, that they've given us through the Spirit of the Most High. Open up our mouth. Where we at? We on the earth, you know, and we have found different books, and I mean from all over the world, you name it, man, you know, that correlates with what the Bible's saying. No doubt about it, you know. And I'm gonna show you some things, you know, as we go through the truth. So now let's look at Isaiah 59 and 19. Isaiah 59 and 19. Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Most High from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, you know? When the enemy shall come in like a flood with these lies, the Spirit of the Most High shall lift up a standard against him. And that's what has happened with us learning this truth, y'all. You know, that banner has been lifted up, and the Redeemer, our Redeemer, shall come to Zion. You hear that? Shall come to Zion. And unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Most High power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You hear that? And the Redeemer shall come to Zion. He's going to come to within us. First and foremost, the children of Israel just define Zion. And unto them that turn from transgression, those of us that turn from sin, that's transgression in Jacob. In Jacob. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Jacob represents the 12 tribes of Israel. Who said it? Said the Most High. Understand this. That's why you look at sin, 1 John 5 and 3, it's saying transgression there, right? Turn from transgression. What is he saying? 1 John 5 and 3. I mean 3 and 4. So like that. First, that's the love of the Most High. 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. Transgression. You know what I mean? You got to turn from transgression of the law. You see? Turn away from sin. That's what he's telling us. Go back to Isaiah 59. He's telling us. And verse 20 says, hey, and we set up this standard, this banner, to let us know to come back to the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. Says, verse 20, Isaiah 59, 20, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, said the Most High. Those that turn away from lies, first and foremost, those that turn back to the truth, which we defined earlier, Psalms 119, 142. We can sing it together, class. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So those that turn back to the laws of the Most High and stop sinning against the Most High, law, statute, commandments, and demons shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgressing in Jacob. So is he going to come to those that's in these religions? In Christian sanity? Talk to me. That don't keep the moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. He said he going to come, demons shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, said the Most High. Yeah. So from there, we're going to look at Psalms 58 and 3, because somebody done lied to y'all. For real, big lie. Big lies, I might say. Not just lies, but lies. Psalm 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. You know that? The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. Doing what? Speaking lies. You see that? So the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You hear that? Goo goo gaga, gaga goo. Lies, lying. From the womb? That's deep right there. He said the wicked go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Well, let's look at Job 9:24. Since it said the wicked, so we get some understanding here. Job 9:24. Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He who is the wicked covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Meaning the wicked man gonna cover the faces of those that are ordained to judge. If not, where and who is he? Talk to me. It say the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, the wicked man. If not, where and who is he? Last I seen, I got a Bible right here. Say Holy Bible. Who more of a judge than the Most High? Think about it. We're just talking about the truth today, right? Look at that. See that? Who is that? Ask somebody to explain who this is. I know what it says. The caption says, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. I want to say Genesis 1:1. PJ Kenny and Sons. They're making money off this, boy. They got all kind of pictures in this book, this Bible right here. It got the Apocrypha in it too. Understand this. It has the Apocrypha. Now, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not, when who is it? Okay, so let's see. Mashiach Yahushua, see if we can find something on him. Let's see. Okay, let's see what it says in St. John 5:22. It says, for the Father, that's the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, judges no man, hear that? But have committed all judgment unto the Son. So Mashiach Yahushua is the judge, right? He's a judge. And all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son honoreth not the Father, which have sent him. See, the Most High sent of Mashiach Yahushua. But I'm here to show you that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, we read in Job 9:24. He who's the wicked covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not, when who is he? Now, I'll tell you that the Father judges no man, but have committed all judgment unto the Son, right? So Mashiach Yahushua the judge. So now what happened right here? What's going on right here? The wicked cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? Huh? You gonna say this didn't happen? I got it right in my hand, so you know it happened. Boom. You know, they're lying, man. They had to see the whole world. To see the whole world. See that? To see the whole world. Now, let me see if I can find something else here. So that's the Most High, of Mashiach Yahushua. That's something. It's what they've done. Nobody's saying anything, huh? The thing about it, everybody said, they say it don't matter how he look, but then why is that picture drawn? If it don't matter how he look, why they have that picture? And they say it don't matter what color he is, but if it don't matter what color he is, why they still have this up? Think about it. If it don't matter what color he is, why they still have this picture up? And nobody's complaining about that. Nobody's saying anything. Why is it still up? Why is that still there? If you're telling me that it don't matter how he look, we just talking about what? The truth tonight. If it don't matter how he look, why is that picture still up? And people still believing in that that's him. Hmm? Got our people really, I mean, they really, really, really have a problem with seeing him with horns on his head. That picture. And that picture was drawn by Warner Solomon. That's not the original Caesar Borgia. He drew one. He made millions off of that. I've showed you, the book by Sarah Bradford, Cheryl Johnson, the Borgias. I don't see it. I thought I had it. I don't see it. Nevertheless, I mean, it shows you within that book, what they've done in lying to everybody. Lie to everybody. Until this day. Turn on TBN, you see lies, man, that's been told. That's why we're here to break down all these lies that's been taught over and over again. For real, for real. You know? So now, look at Proverbs 12. No, yeah, Proverbs 12 and 19. Proverbs 12, 19. And shalom, everyone coming in. Welcome. And y'all give a like and share. Hit the notification button. And once you hit the like, hit the hype button so that people can know about our classes and so forth. Get this truth, man, out there. Proverbs 12. And we're going to look at verse 19. Proverbs 12 and 19. The lip of truth shall be established forever. You hear that? The lip of truth shall be established forever. But a lying tongue is but for a moment. You hear that? He said the lip of truth shall be established forever. But a lying tongue is but for a moment. And he said, go to the book of Job 18 and 4. Someone want no, Salakia, that's not it. 20, let's see. Job 20 and 4. Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short? The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. See how that goes together? Say, though it's excellency, mount up to the heavens. They got their space station out there, the jets flying, planes flying, helicopters, everything. And his head reached unto the clouds. He's all in the clouds. He said, yet he shall perish forever like his own dome. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Where'd he go? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. So where he go? Neither shall his place any more behold him. Okay? Thus say the Most High. Proverbs, future prophecy. Proverbs 19. Proverbs 19. No, Proverbs 12:19. Salakia. Proverbs 12:19. The lip of the truth, the lip of truth shall be established forever. But the lying tongue is but for a moment. Let me just say. But for a moment, to the Most High's eyes, because the Most High's eyes are what? 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man, and even the secret parts, right? And you know, one day to the Most High is 1,000 years. 1,000 years, that's in one day to the Most High. That's why I say, but for a moment, in the eyes of the Most High, I say, deceit is in the heart or the mind of them that imagine evil. Hear that? Lies are in the mind of them that imagine evil. But to the counselors of peace is joy. You see? But we don't have that peace unless you doing what the Most High say do. So we counseling you for the peace that Almighty say He gonna give us. Special peace. This ain't no like this. Nobody can give you this peace. It's a special peace that you gotta look at it spiritually. It say in St. John 14:27, Almighty told us that He said, peace. It's a special peace, y'all. I leave with you. My peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth. So you can't find this peace from nobody. Nobody can give you this peace. Say, not as the world giveth you, give I unto you. So let not your heart, your mind be troubled. Neither let it be afraid. Most of them don't give us a spirit of fear. Those are fear of the Most High only. That's it. That's just the Most High, point blank. That's why He said, let your mind be troubled. Neither let it be afraid. You see, that's special peace. And those that bring forth that peace, and you understand that peace, you have that peace, you're going to have joy. No matter what. You're going to have that joy. And you're going to get used to it. That's why the Most High told us in Ecclesiastes 2:4, I mean, this is spiritual. But if you carnal, it's not going to work for you. You wonder why? How can you not feel this? How can you not be, how you going through this and going through that? I know you should be in pain, you should be suffering, you should be, how can you do this? Because you following it spiritually. What it tell you? Ecclesiastes 2:4, when the book is closed. Ecclesiastes 2:4 say what? Whatsoever, no matter what it is brought upon you. What He say? Take cheerfully. Just how you get that peace. Take cheerfully. But it's spiritual. Y'all sitting right here with grudges and having all these problems, this, that, and the third, concerned about this, that, and the third, whatever. Something you can't do nothing about. Sit up here worried about something. That's why all of y'all got sickness and so forth. And when you have it, you can't be healed because you steady worrying about this, worrying about that. Most High, where do you see worry in the Bible? That cancels out your faith. How you got faith? We're going to pray the Most High, then all of a sudden now you worried about whatever you prayed for. Give me a break. How kind of faith you have? There ain't no faith. You got faith to believe in yourself, point blank. That's why I say, whatsoever is brought upon you, take cheerfully. That's spiritual right there. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. You got to be patient. Being okay, I don't like that. Okay, you out of here, but it's okay. I'm still going to deal with the truth. It ain't changing. Is the word's going to be there tomorrow? This scripture going to be here tomorrow? You still got to eat it. I don't care. I got to eat it. You got to eat it. We all got to eat this, man. Say, for gold is tried in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. You'll go through some things, man. You can't y'all can't look at me or us that been here over 30-something years and look at, okay, well, however it is for me, you don't know how it was coming in this truth. You had to be dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction. How many afflictions that we went through to be able to have this peace now? You want the peace now, but you just coming in. No, you're going to have to go through something. Straight up. Everybody got to go through something. You got to be proven, man. You got to believe in the Most High. That's your faith, man. You can't pray to Him and then doubt whatever you prayed for. What's the point of prayer? Well, you talking about what's going to happen because you did pray. You prayed and you say it's what's going to happen because you believe it. That's your faith in the Most High. You got to look at all the case scenarios. Look at my lesson on faith. Everybody have faith. They say, I'm going to do this, and it's going to happen. They prayed, it's going to happen. Boom. Look at us, man. Well, we have the days that we say we're going to keep as a nation, as a people. They're not holding convocation, but these are the days that we say we're going to keep. Feast of dedication. Get the enemy, get the victory over our enemies. We pray. We believe we're going to get it. Well, how you going to win a war? And you sit up and say, I can't win. I can't win. No. You know, pray to the Most High. We fast and pray to the Most High. We got the victory. Purim, a feast of Nicanor, day of Nicanor. You know, Purim and day of Simon. Come on. We believe. You know, fasted and prayed. Then we say we're going to get the victory. Why? Because we say we're going to get the victory through the power of the Most High. You got to say it. And that's how this works, man. Don't pray to the Most High and then doubt what you're praying for. What's the point of praying to him? That's not no faith in him. That's why he said, Ecclesiastes 2 and 4, whatsoever he is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. My child says, I'm going to give you that special peace. When you get that special peace, you'll be able to follow this because you learn how to be spiritual and follow what the word says when the book is closed. Now it's open. Everybody, yeah, I hear that. But once the book is closed, now you got to apply it in your life. Hey, what you going to do? You going to doubt it? It's not going to work? Don't work for you. Why? Because you're not spiritual. You don't believe. Your faith is not strong enough to believe this. It works. I'm telling y'all. I'm a prime example. I'm telling you. How do I feel right now? You can't even tell me how I feel right now. Or anytime you see me teaching whatever, my feelings or whatever. Because I know I got that peace, y'all. For real. It really works. I'm telling y'all, it works. That's all I can tell you. It works. If you really tap into what he's saying, that book of Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, you read the whole thing, man. It works. I'm telling y'all, it works. About some of us like that would say, all praise to the Most High. But for real. It's what you need. If people talking about they don't have nothing to do, you better have, you always got something to do. You better be in this Bible, learning these preachers, learning about different topics that it's covering. Or go on my page, reach down wild and pick out a lesson, man. Pick out something you want to learn about. I probably already did it. All these years, come on. That's all you got to do, man. Just put your life in this. That's all I can say. Going back to Isaiah. What was that? No, we're in Proverbs. Selected 12. And we're moving on. 19 to 20. Proverbs 12 and 20. Deceit is in the heart, which is the mind, the way you think, of them that imagine evil. You know? But to the constants of peace is joy. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. You know? It said there shall no evil happen to the just. And the just are those that are going to do what the Most High tell us to do. And not deviate from what it is that he's telling us to do. But I can bring out 1 John 5 and 3 says, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. When you do what he say do, all this works. But if you're not doing what he say do, and you got these hindering negative evil spirits that's dealing with you or through somebody else that you always got to deal with that's not in the spirit, you know they ain't trying to deal with the truth, but they're still, you so worried about them, and they not in the truth. They ain't trying to do what's right. They're not, and then you looking around. This is what happens. People be dealing with their spirits, and those are spirits. Everybody have a spirit that the Most High gave us. And you got the ability to be able to do what's right or do what's wrong. If you always under the ones that's doing wrong, you pray, you say it's going to be all right and keep it moving, man. Some things you can't do, we can't do nothing about. Because you're not that person. You're only your own self. We only our own self. I counsel, I deal with what I'm going to deal with, say what I'm going to say, and I go back into my worlds. You know? Either here or for bear. That's where it is. Proverbs 12, 22. Lying lips are abomination to the Most High. We deal with the truth, right? So the opposite of the truth is a lie. It would say lying lips, lying words are abomination to the Most High, but they that deal truly are His delight. You know that? You deal with the truth, man. You dealing truly is His delight. Because look, right quick, just so you know, Revelation 22 and 15. Revelation 22:15. He made sure he told us it before the book ended. Revelation 22 and 15. For without the kingdom are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Where they going? Revelation 21 and 8. But the fearful, those that's afraid, scared of everything, and don't fear the Most High, and unbelieving, those with no faith, little faith, praying it didn't say it ain't gonna happen. Unbelieving, and the abominable, those that break the laws of the Most High, and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars that we just read about, that's without the kingdom, not gonna be in the kingdom, shall have their part where? In the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Let you know they're gonna be burned up. That's why I call y'all crisp insanity. Unless you any religious crisp insanity. You go, like I said, you can be burned up. You're gonna be crispy, man. Come on, come out of that insane mindset, man. You have to. Otherwise, you don't. What can I say? I tell you, Proverbs 12:22. Lying lips, those that are liars are abomination to the Most High. Straight up. But they that deal truly are His delight. He loves those that deal with the truth, man. Look at verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. So we have to define what is righteous. Because they say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. So somebody that's being righteous, that has to be defined. And we know, since we near Psalms, let's go back to Psalms 119, 172. That's why I tell you it's very important to know these definitions from the Old to the New Testament. Psalms 119, 172 defines righteous. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. You see? So the righteous is going to keep the commandments of the Most High. And you can write down Deuteronomy 6 and 25 in the law. We go back there. It's where it comes from. Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness. Talking to the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel, if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High, our power, as He have commanded us. You see? So nowhere in the world you go evade keeping the commandments of the Most High. Straight up. You're going to have to keep the commandments of the Most High, all of us, everybody. That's why it says, Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous, those that keep the commandments of the Most High, those that keep the laws of the Most High, are more excellent than his neighbor. Right? But the way of the wicked seduces them. You know, the way of the wicked seduces them. You know, a lot of you allow this world and what's going on in the world to seduce you. You ain't really looking at trying to come out of the world. You're still part of the world. It's not a good thing at all. I mean, we can look at what we could be in the world, but not of the world. You understand? You heard in different religious sects, they say you separated. They not separated. They done partied all night, got high and drunk, and whatever they did on the Sabbath, and went into the Sabbath. They started on the Sabbath night, you know, and went into the Sabbath, feeling that good, hangover, whatever, drinking some more all throughout the Sabbath day. Go to the club at night, a concert, whatever they do that night, then go right to church the next day. The first day, supposed to be the seventh day. Wrong day. Just say, hey, and come on, go with us. And next you know, you going right in there with them. You all caught up in there. And the Most High gonna beat you with more stripes than he would them because he ain't called them. You understand? It's the highest calling you can be called. Ain't nothing more powerful than the truth, y'all. But if you look at it less than what it is and deal with someone that don't know, well, you're supposed to know. If you don't know, you're supposed to ask so you do know, because you're going to be held more accountable because the Most High is laboring to make you perfect. He laboring to make us perfect, but many are called, but few are chosen. If you the chosen, and if you endure to the end, how many people have endured to the end? I mean, I've seen so many people that excuse me, that are not caught up in, the things that the average person looking at. Whereas you can't just follow the world. We say separate, we gotta be separate. We have to be separate. That's why I said the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. Proverbs 12:26. But the way of the wicked seduces them. Been seduced, man. You can't allow yourself to be, you know, seduced and there's no compromise in the truth, y'all. There's no compromise. When you compromise, that's why he say gonna beat you with more stripes. Why? Because he taught enough of us to call us. But look, here we are. 1 Timothy 4:1. Here we are in these last days. He said what? Not a spirit of the Most High, speaking expressly that in the latter times, we're in the last days, y'all, some shall depart from the faith. Some will depart from the faith because they was not with us. It didn't have the spiritual foundation that's necessary to be able to endure. Y'all understand? And we just read in the beginning. We read in the beginning, a flood of lies is being perpetrated to who? To us, the children of Israel. They have us believe lies. And majority of us believe lies. And I don't care if you're the truth or not. It's all about being born again. You got to change. You got to become a new creature, a new man, a new woman. You have to change. You cannot remain the same. You got to look at, like I said, they have deceived. I mean, who's talking about this? I mean, I don't know. It's like, sometimes I wonder, like, and why I'll be saying, prove me wrong, make it mean something different. If I'm wrong, then correct me. But if I'm right, you need to pay attention. Because it's fear within the falls in the hands of living power. I know this. I fear the Most High. And I teach fear the Most High. I talk about the Most High. Most people ain't talk about the Most High. But if you love him, then you're going to look at all the things that we have offended him in to make him cry. That's how much we offended him. That's why I say, not a spirit, that's the spirit of the Most High, speaking expressly that in the latter times where we in right now, these last days, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to who? Or to what? To seducing spirits. Seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. You know? Seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Straight up. You don't realize, doctrines of devils, like the devil got you saying certain things that you don't even care about the fact that it offends the Most High. They put certain words in this Bible, like Lord, representing what? Baal. Anytime you look it up, and I ain't gonna stop saying it. Prove me wrong. Baal means Lord, Master. They got it all HUSBAND. And then something, VERILY. Just found that out. Put that in there. We said it means TRULY. All that goes back to AMEN. You gotta understand. I don't think people understand. I think y'all think that the Bible's just written since you was born. Some of you ain't even 40 years old yet. You ain't even 50 years old yet. Ain't no elders. But yet still you think that the Bible was written when you came into the world because you started learning? No. Now you went out before I was been here, man. Think about it. They had our Bible for 200 something, 250, 300 years. To do whatever they want to do with it. Wiped our ability to read, right? And understand what it is that the Most High gave to us. But he knew it was going to, like I said, it went down into the, with us, man, knowing that we gotta be dealing with the worst of the heathen and the things that we dealing with was already written, already prophesied. But what we do, you think we care? No. That's why I say in Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 13, listen, this is the Bible going down with us as we went into captivity. It says, when the righteous was sold, the righteous are those that keep the commandments of the Most High. You understand? From the definition of righteousness. It said, when the righteous was sold, she forsook him not, but delivered him from sin. Who's delivered from sin? What religion? Talk to me. Baptist, Catholic, Jehovah's Witness. They talk about keeping the moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. No. Islam. I mean, you name Buddha. What you name? What Buddhist? What religion? See, we the Israelites delivered us from sin because we started looking at what is sin, transgression of the Most High's laws, going all the way back to Moses giving us the laws, man. And look at the Mashiach, the ultimate sacrifice that he made to give us grace, man. A time for us to get it together. You know, getting something we didn't deserve to get. Gave us a time to get it together. That's the people, man, the Israelites. It says, when the righteous was sold, just captivity, slavery, and bondage, he forsook him not, but delivered him from sin, from breaking the commandments of the Most High. We start learning the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High. She went down with him into the pit, and that's slavery. It says, and left him not in bonds. They leave us in bonds, chains, and shackles, till she brought him the scepter of the kingdom. You hear that? That's power and authority. Scepter of the kingdom. And power against those that oppressed him. You hear that? That's coming. Power against those that oppressed us. As for them that had accused them, she showed them to be liars. Accuse us for everything. We've shown them to be liars, which is what? Someone that's not dealing with what? This topic, the truth. And gave them perpetual glory. She delivered the righteous people, those that keep the commandments of the Most High. We define, that's why it's very important for y'all to understand these definitions through the Spirit of the Most High that is given me to give to you as far as these definitions. He delivered the righteous people, not the wicked people, but the righteous people, and blameless seed from the nation that oppressed them. Come on now. Can't get no clearer than that. All praise to the Most High. Come on. That's why he said, who's my people? Go back to that. I love this. Let's go back here. We can go back there because some of y'all just coming in late, so y'all don't know nothing about this. I want you to know, though. Come on. 2 Samuel 7 and 10. Tell me the Most High ain't awesome. It say, moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel and will plant them. He gonna plant us in our own land, y'all, that they may dwell in a place of their own. We're gonna be scattered among no nation. He gonna take us from among these nations and plant us in our own land, that they may dwell in a place of their own and move no more. Neither shall the children of the wicked, neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them anymore as before time. Oh yeah. That's why I said give us perpetual glory, man. All praise to the Most High. But understand and overstand, man. Shoot. So you see, going back to 1 Timothy 4 and 1, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, the last days, some shall depart from the faith. Some will depart from having faith in the Most High, believing in the Most High. That's why y'all can't pray and then talk against what you prayed against. You know, what you prayed for, you're going to talk against what you prayed for. You depart from the faith, man. That's why y'all need to look up how, my lessons on faith. Just type Preach Down Wow in the search engine on Preach Down Wow page, and then you got the little, browser there. Put a space there, put faith, going into faith, whatever. However, it's going to come up. Look at that. If your faith is not strong, you need to really look at that. Giving heed to seducing spirits, man, and doctrines of devils. Hear that? Doctrines of devils. Come on, we read from the beginning. Y'all wasn't here. If whoever was here, we started off Revelation, what, 12 and 3, Revelation 12, 3 and 9, the dragon, the serpent, the devil, Satan, deceive the whole world. We went to Revelation 18:23. The last sentence said what? They deceive all the nations through their sorcery, through their witchcrafts. But see, y'all can't understand that because y'all are already in it. You got to come out of it. You got to separate yourself from it and realize that you're in it and come out of it. Otherwise, you're going to be there, man. Giving heed to seducing spirits, man. Seducing you this way. Come on over here and do this. That could be your family members. Come on, let's do this here. And you can do that. You ain't got to keep no Sabbath day. We got to have it on the Sabbath day. Don't do that. Come on over here with us. Just what we have in our picnic. Just what we have in our barbecue. Just what we have in everything that you can think of on the Sabbath day or the Sabbath night. Whatever. That's the Most High day. Fear the Most High. Do what he say do. Do what he say. Speaking lies in hypocrisy. Speaking lies and telling you something that's contrary to what the truth is. Lying. Having their conscience seared with a hot iron. A hot iron, man. I mean, you put that iron on somebody to burn it, you might as well throw it away, right? But that's how he said their minds is like tunnel brain. You got two walls right here. You're trying to penetrate, tell them something this way, that way. Anyway, you think about it's warfare, it's spiritual warfare. You try this way, you try that way, you try this way, that way. I mean, you try this way, come on, you coming. It's like warfare, man. You ready for whatever. You gotta be ready to deal. You try this, you try that, you try this, you try that. It ain't just one way, And here it is, man. They got their conscience seared. You can't get through. You've been trying to get through for year in, year out, year in, trying this, trying that. It ain't for them. It's not for them. That's why when you look at doctrines of devils, man, as it is written, it tell you in 1 Corinthians 10:20. 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. See, but I say that the thing with the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice the devils. Doctrines of devils, that's what they believe in. Their philosophies or whatever they believe, lies that they believe in. No matter who it is, And what are people called themselves? Now, you're an Israelite. No, I'm a Gentile. Right? Our people Gentiles. They're the Gentiles of this New Testament, primarily Israelites. That's who Paul going to. Israelites. It's no different than what we're dealing with now. Our people say they're Gentile. We say, no, you're Israelite. For year in and year out and year out, they go to church, they still say they're Gentile. And y'all know, I'm telling the truth, or prove me wrong. You got your uncle, your aunt, your cousin, your niece, your nephew, your daddy, your mama, your sisters, all your siblings, or everybody. That's Israelites. And none is Gentiles. Talk to me. Oh, it's like that over here. Okay, well, give me another family that's like that. Give me 3 families like that. 4 families that's like that. From the daddy, the mama, they old enough to be, born in the 40s, 30s, 50s, and they dealing with being an Israelite. Talk to me. The whole family. If they not, what do they call? Gentiles. Think about it. But I say that the thing with the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils. They believe in the devils. That we go back to the beginning. The devil to see the whole world through his sorceries. High level, demons in high places dealing with sorcery that got people believing what they believe in all these different religions. Straight up. But I say that the thing with the Gentiles sacrifice and these other nations, they Gentiles, definitely sacrifice unto devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that you should have fellowship with devils. So you got a reason not to have fellowship with devils that are Gentiles. and that believe what the Gentiles and other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel believe in. Because they tell you in Psalm 96:5, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. Why? Because they worship the sun, the moon, they got the winter solstice, they got the spring equinox coming in, all this stuff, man. They're dealing with what? Fertility gods and all this stuff, man. But that's what we believe in as a people. Don't even know, don't even care to know, because we don't want, they got us dumbed down, so we don't want to learn. In gross ignorance. He put everybody in gross darkness when he came into power. In the Greek Empire. Not before that. When the white man came into power, so-called white man came into power, he put everybody in gross darkness. Straight up. That was his whole objective. Until this day. The whole objective is to not have you come back to the Most High. Period. Prove me wrong. That's the whole objective. Prove that statement wrong. Or you be knowing about the Most High. You be talking about the Most High. You be spiritual. You understand how it is to be spiritual. You wouldn't be just going through the motions like you're going through and not really understanding that the Most High is first and foremost. Hamashiach Yahushua is next in line. Then man and woman. That's the order, man. The Most High, the one that gave us the truth. That's why I say it, man. But I'll say that the thing with the Gentile sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. You cannot drink the cup of the Most High and the cup of devils. No, you're going to compromise and deal with the devils in this mindset? No. You cannot drink the cup of the Most High and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua's table and of the table of devils. You got to make a choice. Some of you ain't wise enough, or you don't care, or you so afraid of somebody not liking you or somebody not dealing with you that you dealing with devils straight up. And what's your judgment? The lake of fire? Like we just read earlier. You that wasn't here, go back and look at it. That's the judgment. You're going to be thrown in the lake of fire, man. No more, no less. Straight up. So we cannot deal with, the Gentiles that's dealing with seducing you and that's this whole thing. The seduction is like deceit. It's like deceit. He wants you to follow him to hell. So like I said, you can go to hell any way you want to. Don't try and take me with you. Don't try and take anybody I love or anybody that's really trying to deal with this truth with you either. And hopefully they're here not to go there. This is all for real, man. It's all for real, for real, for real. Can't get no realer than this. Can't get no realer than this, y'all. Ain't nothing more powerful than this truth. Nothing. I'll bring it forth. Ain't nothing more powerful than the truth. That's why this is the truth that you're hearing. Whether you like it or not. Hear it for bear. Because the devil done see the whole world. Got everybody, following their way. And we're going to see if it's right or wrong. Because it's wrong. Definitely wrong. Go back to Proverbs 12. Verse 26 again. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. Those that keep the commandments and the laws of the Most High, you're more excellent than the neighbor. But the way of the wicked seduces them, you see? So you can't be following the way of the Most High and you allow the wicked to come in and seduce you. That's his whole objective, is to keep you away from the Most High. That's why they say what? We ain't under the law. Don't they say that in religion? They don't have to say it. Just tell me what religion is keeping the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High. They hate you to even say that you got to keep the laws of the Most High. For real. Because they wicked. Look, verse 28. And the way of righteousness is life. You know? In the way of righteousness is life. And in the pathway thereof, there is no death. In the way of righteousness is life. And in the pathway thereof, there is no death. That's a special death it's talking about, y'all. We read about it earlier. There is no death, man. You ain't got to be concerned about being cast into the lake of fire. You got to stay with the Most High and what he gave us to go by though. It's real. That's why he say to the wicked. Let's look at what he say to the wicked. Go to Psalm 55. Go to Psalm 55. Because see, we must seduce. We're gonna come out of this seduction that we've been brought into. Um Psalms, let's look at Psalm 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Remember, some of you might not know, but you that's been here, you know that out of his mouth came a flood, a whole lot of lies. So it says, but unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? Think about it. He's not talking about the children of Israel. He's talking about the wicked that have taken the Bible, and the Most High can give it to them, but they got it. That's why they're going to be judged by the Bible. He said he's going to judge them of their sins. You don't see you say nobody else but the last kingdom that will be in power, Esau, the Edomites. Straight up, it say, but unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? Who the covenant with? Come on. You don't take rocket science to figure this out. Have your child look at this and say, okay, this is who the covenant's for, since y'all can't get it. Any of y'all can't get it, that's wrong. Have a child. I'm going to read it to you. Ask the child, who's the covenant for? Let the child hear it. They'll tell you. Psalm 105 and 8. Who the covenant for? They say, wicked, what are you doing? Putting my Bible in your mouth. Look what it say. Psalm 105 and 8. He have remembered his covenant, his contract, his agreement forever. Forever. The word which he commanded to 1,000 generations. Here go the covenant. Who's it with? Which covenant, contract, agreement, law, statute, commandments he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. Ask a child, who's the covenant with? They will tell you, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. Straight up. So is that anyone else? No, it's not for anyone else, but to Israel for an everlasting covenant. Okay? So when you see Psalms 50 and 16, when he say, but unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? So what do you mean declaring my statutes? Who you think you are to declare my statutes? That's what he's saying. Who you think you are? Declare my statutes. And they got the nerve, like we read earlier, Satan appears an angel of light. No marvel, his ministers also appear as angels of light. Right? He got ministers that appear as angels of light. So he's saying, what do you do? What do you mean? Declaring my statutes, bringing this Bible out of your mouth. Right? What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hateth instruction, and casteth my words behind thee. That's why he called him a fool. Look at Proverbs 1 and 7. See, these are the things, and these are the people that have seduced our people, and our people really, really believe that they're in touch with the Most High. That's a lie. Proverbs 1 and 7 says what? Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Most High, to be scared, to be afraid of the Most High. When you're afraid and you're scared of the Most High, you're going to highly respect him. Because you're going to be scared of him. And do what he say do. Keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. It's the beginning of knowledge. You know, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. So we call the wicked fools. They fools. And that's what it tells you. Job talked about calling fools. Look, Job 30. It says, verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I wouldn't have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock, wouldn't even let them watch the dogs. He said, yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished, right? Say, from want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. That's Mount Seir. Who cut up mallows for the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. It was in the Caucasus Mountains. Coming from Mount Seir in the Caucasus Mountains, they were driven forth from among men. When they was ran into the Caucasus Mountains, they cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys. I mean, it's telling you clear here. To dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth. In the caves of the earth. Who the caveman? In the caves of the earth and in the rocks. I mean, it's just telling you here. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools. Come on, can't no clearer than that. They were children of fools. A fool, you can't instruct them. So I say some of y'all might not be the seed of Esau, but you just like them. Straight up. What it say? Proverbs 1 and 7. That's your daddy. Not the Most High. This is your daddy right here. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hear that? Fools despise wisdom and instruction. What did it say? Job 30 and 8. They were children of fools. See that? Can't instruct them. Can't tell them that. Yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Ooh, that's deep. So you see what's going on here. I mean, let the Bible talk to you. Hopefully you get some understanding. Psalms 50, verse 17. Seeing thou hateth instruction, hateth be told, they fools, hateth instruction, and casteth my words behind thee. That's why they're supposed to be learning what we're teaching as Israelites. Point blank, everybody. Gonna bow down now or bow down later, but you're gonna bow down to the Most High. You're gonna bow down to a Mashiach Yahushua, the real Most High. You're gonna bow down to the real Mashiach Yahushua. Say, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consider with him. Then it say, hey, didn't Job talk about that? Then they cried after them. Verse 5, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Stole everything. Everything. Every land that they got, they stole it. Straight up. Like you see right now, they're conquering, they just tearing up the land, say they're going to build casinos, they're going to build things on somebody else's land. Forever. It's the same. Ain't nothing changed. Can you relate to now? I mean, it is what it is. It says, Psalms 50, 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consented with him, and have been partakers with adulterers. You know, think about it. They stole the land, this Western Hemisphere. They told their partners, the other Edomites, come on over and get some of this land for free. And we got to go through all the things we got to go through to even just have something. Thou giveth thy mouth to evil. See? That's lies. It's not the truth. They give their mouth to evil, and thy tongue flameth deceit. Remember, the wicked deceive the whole world through sorceries. Thou framest thy mouth, which is their tongue, their language, Their words frame as deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Come on. Jacob and Esau. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. That's us. We the Israelites. Esau and Jacob. These things that I've done. And I kept silent. Most I said, you've done all this, and I ain't say nothing. I kept quiet. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. You think I was one just like you. Can't deny that. Come on. Bam. You gonna tell me they didn't think that the Most High is just like them? You ain't think the Most High, they ain't say the Most High is just like them? Talk to me. Y'all thought I was just like one like you. But I will reprove thee. He said, gonna reprove them and set them in order before thine eyes. As you see, we're being set in order before their eyes, y'all. Whether you see it or not, some of you might not see because you're not tuned in, but now consider this, ye that forget the Most High. He said, consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. But I hear what he's saying. I hear him very clear. Y'all hear him? Y'all hear what he said? Anybody out there hear what he's saying, or y'all scared? Huh? That's why I say we got to deal with the truth. Just like when you hear something about the oppressor, the enemy, and so forth, y'all have that same spirit. Have that same spirit when it comes down to what he done to us. Isaiah 24:5. Isaiah 24:5. The earth, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Why? Because they have transgressed the laws. The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. See? That's why this earth is out of course, man. I tell you it's out of course, man. It's finished, man. Why? Because we broken the everlasting covenant. Y'all, majority of our people, Israelites, they think we ain't got to keep the laws of the Most High. So they gonna put themselves in bondage. That's something. Why I want to be in bondage again. Hosea 4:1. Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of the Most High. All you have ears to hear. Ye children of Israel, we the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Issachar, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Them 12 tribes. Hear the word of the Most High, you children of Israel, for the Most High has a controversy. With who? With the inhabitants of the land. Why you got a controversy with the inhabitants of the land? Because there is no truth. Because the laws and the commandments of the Most High is not being spread in this earth, man, except for through the Israelites. Period. That's why you got a controversy with this land, because there is no truth. He's going to destroy from off the face of the earth. Nor mercy. What's mercy? Not getting something you do deserve to get. They make sure we get whatever we want, we deserve to get. No mercy. And we with each other don't have mercy for each other, man. Nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. You tell me that ain't true. Nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. I'm trying to get people to talk about the Most High. I'm talking about the Most High when they talk about Israel. People. I'm talking about the Most High only. Hear that? Knowledge of the Most High in the land. It's real. It's real. It's real compete. And we part of it because we supposed to be pushing the Most High. And we not. I seen the change, because I'm from old school. I'm from the old. And if not from the old, I'm from those that began in the house. Put it like that. One West when it began in the house. Yeah, that's where I'm from. Those that was in the house told me this, that, and third, whatever. From that point on to the time I came in, I know it happened once me coming in, but even before I came in, they gave me interviews and all that, told me everything, sat down with the elders and they told me everything, man, that they could remember. It's on the media, man. I've always wanted to know and, inquire and, they told me. Proverbs 19 and 9. Proverbs 19 and 9. We're dealing with the truth. Proverbs 19 and 9. A false witness shall not be unpunished. A liar, somebody that lie on their brother. Shalom, welcome everyone. Someone that's going to lie on their sister. A false witness shall not be unpunished. Straight up. And he that speaketh lies shall perish. Some of you just coming in late. Let me show you. You say, he that speaketh lies shall perish. Right? He letting you know, man. Giving you clear instruction. Clear instructions without a shadow of a doubt. What you gonna do when he come for you? He's coming for every last one of us. Believe that. That's one thing we can't run from. We can't run from the judgment. That's for sure, right? Ain't nowhere to run. Ain't nowhere to hide. Ain't nowhere to go, period. Look. He said all lies gonna perish. Revelation 21 and 8. Revelation 21 and 8. But the fearful and unbelieving, those that have no faith, and the abominable, those that don't want to keep the commandments of the Most High, and murderers, those that hate their brother, hate their sister, and actually unjustifiably murder someone, and whoremongers, those that laying with everything and you can think of it under the sun, no commitment at all, period, and sorcerers, witches and warlocks and palm readers and psychics and all that, and the idolaters, those that don't believe in the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all liars. That's what I'm here for. And all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So I don't care about you lying and stuff. That's what I say. Proverbs 19 and 9, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. He told us, man, in the 10 Commandments. Go back to the 10 Commandments. Exodus 20. Look. Welcome, yeah. Exodus, the 20th chapter. He told us this, y'all. In Exodus 20 and 16. Exodus 20:16, it says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, or he's going to kill you. You're going to perish. What it say? Proverbs 19 and 9. False witness shall not be unpunished. Telling lies on your brother, lies on your sister. And he that speaketh lies shall perish. Point blank. He said, I'm getting rid of you. 1 Peter 3. 1 Peter 3. 1 Peter 3 and 13. And who is he that will harm you if, that's a condition, you be followers of that which is good? Who is it going to harm you if you be followers of that which is good? So we got to know what's good. And class, y'all should know what's good. Where we going? That's why I said it's very important to know these definitions according to the Bible. Let the Bible define itself. Where we going? Anybody? He said, and who is he that will harm you if you be followers of that which is good? So what's good? What's good? Type it in the text. Anybody? Nobody knows what's good. Okay. I thought somebody would participate. Okay. Romans 7 and 12. It said, and who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good? What's good? Romans 7 and 12. Wherefore the law that the Most High wrote with his finger. Okay. God. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. See? So who gonna harm you if you keeping the commandments of the Most High? You doing what he say do. He loved that. Hey man, you gotta understand. Look, you doing what he say do. It show that you fear him, that you down with him, man. All praise to the Most High. Look, Psalms 34 and 7. Psalm 34 and 7. The angel of the Most High encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. All praise to the Most High. Hear that? The angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear him. You know, if you fear him, you're going to be doing what he say do. Straight up. His law, statutes, commandments. Having faith in him. The angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. That's why I say, look, don't that go together? 1 Peter 3:13. And who is he that will harm you, if you be followers of that which is good? Come on. He said, when you please the Most High, he make even your enemies be at peace with you. You will have faith to believe that. Come on, we got to please the Most High, y'all. Y'all got to understand, all these things work spiritually. But if you're not spiritual, you can say, Most High got to accept me how I am. No, he ain't got to accept nothing, man. Better find our way any way we can, not to offend him. That's why he said in Hosea 5 and 15, I'm going to go to my place until we acknowledge our offense. Stop there. Don't go no further. We got to acknowledge how we offend the Most High. From the past to the present to the future, man. Knowing that when we get to the future, tomorrow, we ain't doing that what we did in the past. We ain't doing what we're doing today. We changing. That's what born again is about. Becoming a new creature. Becoming a new man, a new woman. You changing. You don't remain the same. Y'all the same. That's why they say you stuck in a time warp, man. I'm not the same as I was years ago. Come on. That's why the Most High showing me, okay, stop offending me. When I did that, he had me doing a lesson on Hosea 5:15. I just quoted. He said, I'm going to go to my place till we acknowledge our offense. And when I got to offense, I couldn't go no further. I was just like, man, look at it. Hosea 5:15. My breakdown I did, man. When I got to offense, it just kept coming out. We offended him this way, that way, all the way from the garden all the way to the end, man. We still offending him now. He even thought about, they talk about Amashak Shai is the Most High. He don't even exist. He Mother Nature. El Nino, La Nina. How you love him? That don't bother you. You have no feelings for him. And seek his face, because he turned his face away from us. He said, in our affliction, we're going to seek him early. You ready to meet the Most High? You ready for the affliction of the Most High? I mean, ain't we been through enough as a people? Haven't we been through enough? If you ain't going through nothing, then look at what somebody else going through. That don't have as much money as you, or that's just down and out in their worlds, man. To feel something. In our affliction, we're gonna seek him early, man. If he can be found. He's not gonna be found by everybody. That's what the scripture's talking about. Some people, look, don't get it twisted. Y'all think because y'all praying that Most High gonna deal with you, y'all know the devil bless people too. Did he come back and get his? Come back and get his. Y'all understand? Look, Jeremiah 7:16. I pray this never happened to us, but it happened already. Ain't nothing new under the sun. He said, hey, Jeremiah 7:16. Therefore, pray not thou for this people. Talking about us. Neither lift up cry, no prayer for them. That's what I'm telling the Most High have pity on us when we cry to the Most High. He said, don't even pray for this people. Neither lift up cry, nor prayer for them. Neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. That's deep. You praying for your people. If somebody wants you to pray for them, you pray for them. He says this. Make him hear your prayer. Make him hear whatever somebody praying for you. Make him hear it. That's why we got to be in order, y'all. Therefore, pray not thou for this people. Neither lift up cry nor prayer for them. Neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear you. You hear that? That's deep, y'all. That's deep. That's why he said, God seeking while he can be found. You don't have to deal with us at all. We got to deal with him. Hope he hear us and deal with us. Look what he said. You know, somebody's new, somebody just hearing this. I want you to hear this. Proverbs, first chapter, verse 22. Say, how long ye simple ones? Will ye love simplicity? Simplicity is not wanting to learn as much as you can learn. Or the Most High, other Mashiach say, oh, we as a people, the children of Israel. That's simple. That's why they call you simple minds, man. How long you simple ones? Would you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. You hear that? He said, fools hate knowledge. That's why verse 24, it said, because I have called and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand. His hand is men. We the men of the Israelites. You know, he proved that. Psalm 17:14. Psalm 17:14 says he stretched out his hand, right? He said, from men, which are thy hand. Can get no clearer than that. From men, which are thy hand. So he stretched out his hand to we the men of the Most High. The Israelite men. He stretched out his hand. From men, which are thy hand, O Most High, from men of the world of Israel, which have their portion in this life. Going back to Proverbs 1:24, because I have called, many are called, but few are chosen. He called us all. We can't say we're the chosen. So did I make that say one of the numbers? Said, because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. You know? Like he stretched out his hand through me about not offending the Most High. That calling him the things that they put in the Bible, their God, their idol. Lord, which is Baal. That most people don't understand because they know they're the only neighbor of the Israelites who's not giving any mercy from the Most High, as it is written in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary concerning Edom. But if you ain't bringing it out, then hey, you got another agenda, some other kind of agenda. That's why I say they deceive all the nations through their sorceries. Say whatever, no enchantment to Israel, but you don't see this, then something's wrong. Something's wrong. The counsel, no man regarded. But ye have set at naught or nothing all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. Some of us been reproof, and you ain't really dealt with. Some of you ain't been dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction hard enough, I guess. He said, in your affliction, you're gonna seek him early. But can you find them? And you're gonna be afflicted. What if you be afflicted and you can't find them? Listen to what it say. You have said at nothing all his counsel, and with none of his reproof. So I also will laugh. This is the Most High. He said, I will laugh at your calamity when I will mock when your fear cometh. You ain't fearing them now. Ain't nobody talk about him. I'm talking about him alone. He said, I'm gonna mock when your fear cometh. It's crazy, but it's real. You look at something. What you gonna do when it come for you? Man, I know. I know one thing. I don't want to be in this bad side for sure. Like he said, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. He said, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, like a tornado, like a hurricane, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me. Remember, say, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. That's serious right there, man. I see people run when it's not enjoyable spirit from the scriptures. A lot of people, they don't want to hear that. They're gonna be caught up in it. As you hear my voice going out to you, trust and believe. This ain't no joyous thing that we can look forward to when we done offended the Most High, and you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. He said, then shall they call upon me. When he bring this calamity on us, you got to look at Jacob's trouble, man. It's coming. And some going to have it real, real bad because they running from the Most High. You can't hide from the sky. He created everything through a Mashiach Yahushua, the top angel of the Most High. Where you going to run to? He said, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. That's serious right there, man. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Why? For that hated knowledge, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High. They ain't choose the fear of the Most High. They were none of my counsel. I mean, it's been months and months and months that I've been, expressing the fact of BAAL is LORD. AMEN goes back to ZEUS. Alexander the Greek named their number one deity, idol, ZEUS, a last name of AMEN, going all the way back to Egyptian number one idol, AMENRA. And here we are, locked into saying it. Can I get an AMEN? Can I call on ZEUS? As you teaching, as you're praying, and knowing this, looking at it, it's like, how long it's going to take for you to wake up? Come out of that gross darkness, gross ignorance. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore, shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices, man. It's cold, man. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, gonna kill them. And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. I mean, it's telling you, man. That's why I'm here to warn you so you don't get destroyed. Going back to 1 Peter 3. 1 Peter 3 and 13. And who is he that will harm you if you be followers of that which is good? Hmm? You doing what the counsel of the Most High has said. You keeping the laws of the Most High. You following what it is that the Spirit is bringing in these last days to change. Since we've been polluted, our brain's been polluted. The Most High polluted us. Look, he gave us the Esau, and he said he polluted his inheritance. Look, we didn't inherit of the Most High. That's Isaiah 47:6. Look, and say, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance. You hear that? He's just wroth with us. We the children of Israel, my people, children of Israel. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand, into the hand of the so-called white man. That's what he's talking about. You know, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Babylon the Great, right here. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou heavily, very heavily laid thy yoke. You see? So he polluted us by giving us into the hand of Esau. Why? Because we didn't want to follow what he said to do. Simple as that. His laws, statutes, and commandments. 1 Peter 3 and 14. But, and if you suffer for righteousness' sake, if you suffer for doing what's right in the eyes of the Most High, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, happy are ye. Remember what the Most High said? Whatever he give you, take out cheerfully. Because you operating in righteousness. You doing what he say do. His moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, come on. He said, but if you suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. And be not afraid of their terror. He said, don't be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Because most of I told us, look, so don't be concerned about their terror. Don't be afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. And most I said what? Second Timothy 1:7. 2 Timothy 1:7, he said, hey, for the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear. You hear that? You hear that? The Most High has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power. That power is spiritual power. When you're doing what he say do, remember the angel of the Most High encampeth around those that fear him and delivers them in the time of trouble? Come on. But the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. That power is spiritual power. And of love. That love is keeping of the commandments of the Most High. 2 John 6. And of love, what's that love? 2 John 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. See that? This is the commandment that, as ye have heard from the beginning, you should walk in it. Come on. 2 Timothy 1:7, for the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. You see, power, that's spiritual power. And of love, keeping of the Most High's commandment, and of a sound mind. When you're not fearing, you only fear the Most High. He give us the spirit of fear, he's telling you, but of power, that's spiritual power. About Shama Mashiach Yahushua, and of love, keeping the commandments of the Most High, and you have a sound mind to be able to do what you got to do to make sure that you in order with the Most High. Wow, Mashiach Yahushua, about Shama Mashiach Yahushua. So now, going back to 1 Peter 3 and 14 again. But if you suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. You say you're going to suffer for his name's sake. And be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Then you know what? Come on. What they plan on doing, y'all? Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 1. For the unrighteous said, I don't like to use that word G-O-D because that's dog spelled backwards, and that's a European invention. They say, for the unrighteous said, that's why I say they had our Bible for all them years, over 200 years, to do whatever they want to do. For the because we call them dogs, and they changed it around and took dog and spelled it backwards. But I might go over some of y'all heads, you know what I mean? But it's okay. I'm gonna say the unrighteous. For the unrighteous said, which is those that don't keep the commandments of the Most High, reason with themselves, but not right. So they reason with themselves, giving that counsel, but it ain't right. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man, there was no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So they don't believe in Mashiach Yahushua. He rose on the third day, right? If they don't, no man ever returned from the grave, they don't believe that. Listen to what it said. Then what they're gonna do? It says, and because I'm dealing with the fact of the Most High said, and be not afraid of their terror. Need to be ye troubled, right? So here it is. This is what they're gonna do. This is what they plan on doing. Wisdom Solomon 2 and 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. You hear that? Let us oppress the poor righteous man. A righteous man is those that keep the commandments of the Most High. No different than what we see here in Revelation 12:17. Let's oppress the poor righteous man, right? Revelation 12:17. And the dragon, which is the serpent, which is the devil, which is Satan, which is the beast, which is Esau, which is the red people, was wrought with the woman. We defined a woman earlier in Jeremiah 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion, which represents the 12 tribes of Israel, to a comely and delicate woman, symbolically. So the dragon will be wrought with the Israelites and went to make war with the remnant. That's not the whole nation. That's a remnant of her seed, listen, which keep the commandments of the Most High. Is that the Catholic people, the Israelites that's in Catholics? That's a Catholic? That's a Baptist? Seventh-day Adventist? Which one of these religions are keeping the commandments of the Most High, the moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws? It's talking about we the Israelites. The remnant of her seed. That remnant. That ain't all 12 tribes completely. That's that remnant, that 1/3 of a seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of a Mashiach Yahushua. Point blank. There it is. So now, when you're looking at here in Wisdom of Solomon 2, in verse 10, let us oppress the poor righteous man, the man that keeping the commandments of the Most High. Let us not spare the widow, see, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. What did it say? What did it say? Remember what we read? I don't know, y'all probably forgot. I ain't forgotten the spirit. Isaiah. Remember what we read in Isaiah 47? And 6. I was wroth for my people, because we broke the laws of the Most High. We broke the commandments of the Most High. And that polluted mine inheritance, polluted us, and given them into thine hand, given them to their hand. Thou didst show no mercy, which is not getting something you deserve to get. They made sure we gave everything that we deserve to get, and then went above and beyond the call of duty, Most High said in Zechariah 1:15. But upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, right? That's the old people, gray hairs, right? So what does it say here? Wisdom Solomon 2 and verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, the women that have lost their husband, nor reverence the ancient hair, reverence the gray hairs of the age. See how they go together? Let our strength, which is their military, be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And that's us, man. We care less about us. It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. Remember the devil coming down much wrath on the remnant of them that are keeping the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Mashiach Yahushua. Therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous, not the wicked, but for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. You hear that? He is not for our turn. He is not for our turn. And he is clean contrary to our doings. You see? That's what Moses said. What do you mean to put my covenant in thy mouth? We're clean contrary to their doing. That's why they got to learn what we're doing, what we're teaching as the Israelites, if they want to be a part of the kingdom in a position that they're going to be put in, like we'll put in a position for breaking the Most High's commandments as the Israelites, they're going to be put into a position in our kingdom too. That's where it is. It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, those that keep the commandments of the Most High, because he is not for our turn. Their turn is now, and we're not for that, you know? And he is clean contrary to our doings. You see that? Clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law. He upbraided us with us offending the law. Offending the law. Don't they say we're not under the law? Who says that? Most of them here. We're not under the law. And they offended the law. The law says you can't do this, they do it. The law says do this, they don't do it. Point blank. Do I need to go show you examples of that? You know? I mean, this is what they do. Offend the law. Because the law was not given to them. So they got pork, the other white meat. I mean, they got men with men, women with women, you name it. They offend the law that the Most High say everybody's supposed to be following. And objective to our infamy, the transgressions and, infamy, the transgressings of our education. Come on. They're lying in the education system too, because they painted themselves to be everybody and say and teach lies. They say he possesses to have the knowledge of the Most High, which we do. And he called himself the child of the Most High, which we do. He was made to reprove our thoughts. You hear that? He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold. You hear that? They hate even looking at us. For his life is not like other men's. You see this? Our life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. Because if we set apart and we bring forth this truth, you ain't supposed to be like anybody else. You should be different. If you really in this, the way you're supposed to be in it, if we are esteemed of him as counterfeits, and they are counterfeits. Come on. Getting no clearer than this. Counterfeits. They say, you know, what difference do it make? It don't matter what color he is. Why are you painting like this? Why y'all got everybody looking like this? Counterfeit. It's a counterfeit. Without a shadow of a doubt. Counterfeits. Look, counterfeits. Only 5 people in that picture, and y'all still promoting it. The Borgia family. 5 people in that picture. And y'all still promoting it. I can't bring it out enough, man. Counterfeits. Come on. Y'all the Egyptians, right? Let's see if we can find some Egyptians. I got a book here. This is Adam to Daniel. Adam to Daniel. New York, 1961. The Macmillan Company. Right? So let's look at this book and see. Counterfeits, right? So who the Egyptians? Nobody know who the Israelites are, right? Let's look at this here. Housing seen in Egypt. Okay. Get the people that say they us out of this. Talk to me. Huh? What do you think? Can I get a word? Y'all can see that? Can y'all see this? You see these black people, these dark brown people. Can this be seen? See? I mean, Adam to Daniel. See, we see some more in here. Counterfeits, right? Oh, yeah, here goes some more right here. Look. The top, that's the bakery. The bottom, what that look like? Adam to Daniel. I mean, people drew, man. They had artists. Agricultural scene from the New Kingdom during years of prosperity. While punished from the tomb of Nebuchadnezzar, captain of police of the west of Thebes. Reminiscences of Potiphar. That's who they gave Joseph to, an officer of the guard of Pharaoh, who bought Joseph. Yeah, yeah. See, and where we at in captivity, man? Israelites. See, counterfeits, but they supposed to be the Egyptians, right? Let them tell it, right? Look, come on. You mean tell me they ain't no pictures? We got pictures. We got the proof right here. Bound down in captivity. Israelites, man. Come on. It's all up in here. Yeah, so I'll show some more as we go along. We're we're dealing with the truth, cutting to all these lies, right? Look what it says. Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits, right? Didn't I just show you something? See, that's them. No, it's not. Don't they play the Egyptians on Ten Commandments? I mean, they put it right in our face, man. Counterfeits. He abstaineth from all ways as from filthiness. And you know that's dealing with those things that are contrary to the truth, which is the laws of the Most High. Filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father. He is our Father. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And our end is going to be blessed, man. If we keep on doing what we got to do to please the Most High, by keeping his laws, statutes, commandments, having faith in him, let us see, this is what he says, let us see if his words be true. And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. With the just man, the righteous man, be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. So let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, you know, that we may know his meekness, his humility, and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, you know? Let us condemn him with a shameful death. But by his own sayings he shall be respected. Such things that they did imagine. Then you know, such things they did imagine and were deceived. They imagined, you see, but were deceived. For their own wickedness has blinded them. As for the mysteries of the Most High, the secrets of the Most High, the things that have been hidden in the Most High, they knew them not. Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discern a reward for blameless souls, man. That's why he told us in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, we weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. You can see it now. What is destroying lands, man? Wickedness and destruction. And the things that you're looking at that's contrary to what the law says, but they say you're not under the law. They're not under the law. We are under the law. We under the commandments of the Most High. But they have us all the time going against the Most High. They can say we're under the law. What they're saying, you ain't got to follow what the Most High tell us to do. Point blank. Then what they're going to say, we weird ourselves in the way of wickedness. This when salvation is coming to the children of Israel. This is what they're going to say. We weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we've gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. You hear that? They're going to say, we have not known it. So how you going to make them know something that the scripture already said in the future? They're going to say, we have not known it. They're not going to know it. They're not going to know it. Going back to 1 Peter 3, verse 14, say, but, and if you suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. And be not afraid. He said, don't be afraid of their terror. That was terror what I just read, wasn't it? Sound like a lot of terror to me. But he said, be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. He said, hey, but sanctify the Most High in your hearts. Hear that? Sanctify the Most High in your minds, man. And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear, with humility and fear of the Most High, man. Having a good conscience that whereas they speak evil of you, which they do, because we're contrary to their ways, contrary to everything that they stand for. We just read that. If you didn't hear it, go back and look at it again. As of evildoers. Yeah, we evildoers to them because it's contrary to them being evil and us being righteous. That's contrary that we're evil. That's what they looking at us like the devil would, like, oh, y'all evil because they call us the devil because we're righteous and they're evil. You understand? They put it on us when it should be on them. Evildoers. How we evildoers, we doing what the Most High say do. Make that make sense. They would be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation. Shama Mashiach Yahushua, man. But it's better if the will of the Most High so be so, that you suffer for well doings than for evil doing. You hear that? It's better we suffer for well doing, suffer for keeping the commandments of the Most High rather than evil doing. Those that's going to be dealt with for evil doing. He tell you, all you that's Israelites think you're going to do whatever you want to do. No. Amos 9 and 10. We just looked at the righteous. We're going after the righteous. And all you that's wicked, that's Israelites, got something for you too. Ain't nobody getting away with nothing, man. We all got to deal with this. Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people, those that break the commandments of the Most High, all you that's saying we ain't under the law, we ain't got to keep the commandments of the Most High, shall die. You know what I said? All the sinners of my people, those that don't want to keep the commandments of the Most High, don't want to do what he say do, shall die by the sword, which say that evil shall not overtake nor within us. Come on. He gonna get you. Ain't nobody getting away with nothing. Straight up. He said all the sinners, those that break the commandments of the Most High, those that break the laws of the Most High, which are the commandments of the Most High, of my people, the 12 tribes of Israel, shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor within us. You know, that's us. Ain't never happened to me. Proverbs 16 and 17. Ain't never happened to me. That's real prideful. Real prideful. That's us, man. Proverbs 16 and 17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. You know, that highway of the upright, going on that highway, is to what? Depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul, man. If you look at and always sharing for the upright is to depart from evil. you know. And if you do, that'll show that you have this. It shows that you have this. And Job 28:28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Most High, that is wisdom. Wisdom is a proper application of how you apply knowledge in your life. And to depart from evil is understanding, you see? So you have understanding when you depart from evil, when you understand that. That's why it says, Proverbs 16 and 17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil, you see? And when you depart from evil, that's how you have understanding. That's how you become upright. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. You keep your way and doing what the Most High tell us to do, you're going to preserve your soul, man. Verse 7, clear as day, I quoted it earlier. Look, when a man's ways please the Most High, you do what he say do, keeping his law, statutes, commandments, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Read it to you again. It says, when a man's ways please the Most High, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. See that? You got to please the Most High. When a man's ways please the Most High, when you're doing what the Most High tell us to do, keep his commandments, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. That's deep. And that's what we want. That's what I want. Don't you? Let's go back. I think some of you just coming. Go back to Revelation 12 and 15 and 16. Revelation 12, 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman. So the whole objective is to lie, have these lies like they whitewashed everything that they could. And he cast out of his mouth as a flood. These are lies that they brought to the woman, which is the children of Israel. When you read Jeremiah 6 and 2, likened the daughter of Zion, and Zion represents the 12 tribes of Israel, to a comely, beautiful, and delicate woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood of the lies that he's brought out. And our people love it so. It says, and the earth helped the woman through archaeology, anthropology, history, his story, our story, Bible prophecy and so forth, what the Bible is telling us through the power of the Most High. And the earth opened up her mouth to speak to us and swallowed up the flood, swallowed up the lies that's been taught, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. You see? All these lies that's been taught. Revelation 13 and 4. Revelation 13 and 4. It said, and I saw and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. You see this? They worshiped the dragon that gave power unto the beast to assist them. The dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who was able to make war with him? You understand? This is like the American system, man. And they worshiped the dragon, which is the devil, Satan, which gave power unto the beast, unto the system. How they get power to him? We got to go back to Luke, the 4th chapter. It's who they worship. This is who they're dealing with. Luke 4 and verse 5. Luke 4 and 5. And the devil taking him up. This is a Mount of Shas. He fasted for 40 days, 40 nights. When he started his ministry at 30 years old, from 30 to 50, it's a ministry. From 51 You become an elder. It says, and the devil, taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. We look at how they worshiped the dragon, which gave them power, gave the power unto the beast, right? Luke 4 and 5. And the devil, taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him, a Mashach, all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. So he's showing them through a vision all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time, right? And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will, I give it, right? There's a condition. If thou therefore shall worship, if thou therefore will worship me, all shall be thine. So we knowing that it tells you here, Revelation 13 and 4, and they worship the dragon, which gave power unto beasts. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who was able to make war with him? That beast is America's system, man. So they worship the devil, straight up. And the devil said unto him, Luke 4 and 6, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, of these kingdoms, unto this, like this king, he showed them the kingdoms like we are now, right now. All the kingdoms of the world. He said, and the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will I give it. If thou, this condition, if thou therefore will worship me, all shall be thine. What did it say? Revelation 13 and 4. And they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. As you're not here, if you weren't here earlier, I showed you in verse 9, it said, the great dragon, which is in verse 3 tell you it's red, was cast out. That old serpent, still dealing with the dragon, serpent, called the devil, dragon, serpent, beast, all of them the same. And Satan, all of them the same, because they all red. And Esau's red. Hear what it said? Who was like unto the beast? Who was like unto America? Who was able to make war with him? That's what they're saying, y'all. I mean, all the nations worshiping the dragon, man. Spiritual demon, Satan, the devil. Like here. Come on. To this day, man. Come on. Going all the way back to, let's go back to 1492. All the way back there. To this day, you do the math. That's from 1492. That's Caesar Borgia right there. That's him right there. They're worshiping it, right? To this day, man. Especially the Israelites. Our people, they have a fit about that, man. Don't even know what they're doing, man. But they have them programmed like that, you know? I mean, look at the military. You hear Trump bragging all the time. We just gonna make it a desolation, make it, like the dark ages, like wipe everything out. You got that nuclear power. Go to Isaiah 47 and 10. Isaiah 47 and 10. I'm gonna have to continue this. Isaiah 47 and 10. But thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. You don't see me, people, right? Nobody see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Come on. They have said in their heart, I am, and none else beside me, right? What they said. And Mashah said, go to John 8:53. They asked him a question. Look. John 8:53. Art thou greater than our father Abraham, which is dead, and the prophets are dead? Whom maketh thou thyself? Who you think you are? You know how we are. Who you think you are? So he told me who he was. We can continue to read. It said, Amashah said, answer, if I honor myself, my honor is nothing. It is my Father. You hear that? Those that believe that the Most High and Amashah is saying, it is my Father that honoreth me, of whom ye say that he That's not he's not saying that he is the Most High, that he is your power, right? Yet ye know not him. Yet ye have not known him. Like a lot of y'all don't know him. But I know him, he said. And if I should say I know him not, I shall be a liar. I should be a liar like unto you. We deal with the truth. So liars are contrary to talking and bringing forth the truth. Hear what it said? I should be a liar like unto you. But I know him and keep his sayings. I keep his commandments. I do what he has told us to do. I keep his laws. You see? He said, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my days. And he saw it and was glad. You see that? Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day. And he saw it and was glad. How is that? That's why you have to know him in the volume of the book, as it is written of him. He just told them Abraham saw his day and rejoiced to see his day. Then said the Jews unto him, how art thou yet, then said the Jews unto him, thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham? Masha was saying unto them, I say unto you, I'm not saying that word right there. I'm gonna mark it out in my Bible. This goes back to AMEN. You look it up. BERILY. That's why I say, having our Bible, they put these little slick things in it to have us call on other gods. And Exodus 23:13 said we're not supposed to be circumspect. Don't let the name of other gods come out of thy mouth, man. So I'm not sure I'm going to say, said unto them, verse 58, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. You see that? He said, before Abraham was, I am. Now what? How you going to deal with that? Huh? That's what they say. What they say. Do what they have said. Isaiah 47:10. But thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Don't nobody see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Can't let you in, Johnny. I mean, they have said, I am, and none else besides me. Nobody but me. And that's what they've done. See? They said, I am, none else besides me. Look what they've done. They painted themselves to be a Mashiach Yahushua, the Most High, the 12 apostles, everybody, man. Haven't they? I mean, I got it right there in front of your face from 1492. For real, for real. I mean, you talking about lying. First Maccabees 3:48. First Maccabees 3:48. They have said, I am and none else beside me, right? And the Mashiach had to deal with this. Just like, you're looking at prophecies that's going to happen in the future that we know, and we're explaining it and breaking it down and bringing it to the people. Now, are you going to take heed, or are you going to be like we were before and get caught up in not being ready when you should be ready? So you don't have to get ready. Look, Mashiach knew this. This is the Greek Empire. First Maccabees 3:48. And laid open the book of the law, this is the Bible, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. Ain't that something? Laid open the book of the law, where the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. I can't show it enough. Laid open the Bible, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. You see that? They sought to paint the likeness of their images. See that? Joseph and Mary and the lion saying that that's a Mashiach Yahushua. It's a lie. You see? Come on now. Who complained about that? Nobody. Wisdom of Solomon 15, enough people, I'll say. Wisdom of Solomon 15:4. And you got to think, Mashiach knew when he came in the Roman Empire, that in the Greek Empire, there's already prophesied. That's the Old Testament we're just reading. And we're reading the Old Testament still. In Wisdom of Solomon 15:4, it says, for neither did the mischievous invention of the men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, as you've seen in the last summer picture, the image and this picture, image spotted with diverse different colors, the image spotted with different colors, all the way back from 1492. Much I would say, knowing they're going to do this. The painter's fruitless labor, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after it. And so they desire a form of a dead image that has no breath. Both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things and are worthy to have such things to trust upon. Whoa, that's real, man. Look at 2 Thessalonians 2:4. 2 Thessalonians 2:4. He say, that what you believe in? So you worthy to have that to trust upon. That's a dead image. Be caught on thinking out of your mind, man. It's gonna be like 2 Thessalonians 2:4. We dealing with the truth. What it say? Who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he, as the Most High, as a Mashiach Yahushua, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And you can't deny this. Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he, as the Most High, as the Mashiach Yahushua, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Now we got to look at the temple of the Most High. He said in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. What's the temple of the Most High? 1 Corinthians 3:16. 1 Corinthians 3:16. This is the temple of the Most High. He's sitting in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye, the Israelites, are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? So amongst us, he's showing himself that he is the temple of the Most High. Who is this? What's up with you, dude? I mean, why are you posting so much in the class, man? That's a distraction. You a distraction. And why you come up here and do that every time? Change your name and come up here to just post nonsense, man. So you see, we're the temple of the Most High. 1 Corinthians 3:16. He said the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, that he is the Mashiach Yahushua without shadow of doubt. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? Who is it talking to? Go back to 1 Corinthians 1:1. Paul, called to be an apostle of a Mashiach Yahushua through the will of the Most High, and Sophides our brother, unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth. That them that are sanctified by Shalom Mashiach Yahushua, called to be saints. with all that in every place call upon the name of a Mashiach Yahushua, which is Ba Shama Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the Lord and Savior, our power, both theirs and ours. You hear that? Both theirs and ours. So he's looking at ours as being himself being equated with the Corinthians, the Israelites that live in the land of Corinth. Okay? But who are the saints? It says called to be saints. Who the saints? We can deal with the church first since we're here. Go to Acts 7. Who the church? Acts 7 and 38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness. Who was in the wilderness? 12 tribes of Israel. The Israelites. 13 with Dan, because Dan was still in. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel, which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us, which is the laws and the commandments of the Most High. But you see, the church represent the 12 tribes of Israel. We were the ones that was in the wilderness. So now, it said to the church, and I would say to the saints. Who the saints? Psalm 148:14. And these are the way you have to look at bringing forth this truth, man. So you break down all these lies. Psalm 148:14. He also exalted the horn, which is the power of his people. We know all the Israelites, the praise of all his saints. Who are the saints? Even of the children of Israel. Who are we? A people near to the Most High. Praise ye the Most High. That's why I say praise the Most High. Oh, praise to the Most High. See? So that's who Corinthians is talking to. Point blank. The Israelites. That's living in the land of Corinth. You know, and you go through these New Testament and do the same thing for all of them. You see us talking to the Israelites only. Period. You know, so going back to Revelations 13. Revelation 13. Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months, man. That's 5 months of his lies and his religions and philosophies. I mean, the media, you know, into his movies and so forth, social media and all that. That's what he's dealing with. You know, you got the satellites, the CERN, you got the HARP that he's dealing with. All these things are what he's dealing with to bring forth miracles and signs and wonders in these last days. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. You know, that's about from like up until about 1970 when we started to actually from approximately 1619 to 1970 we started to actually bring this truth out into the streets and so forth. That's why it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness in the face of such as afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be filled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they look for. So this is what has been happening. Is just that we can't see it in the spirit because they got to perpetrate the way that they do and doing the things that they do to have, you know, us believe another way. But telling you that's how they are. That's what the Most High said. You want to believe it or not. Daniel 7:25. And I'm just about you're ready to shut down. You know, Daniel 7:25. Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, like the Most High don't exist. Blasphemy. El Nino, La Nina, global warming, Hurricane Betty, Hurricane Sue, Hurricane this, that, and the third, tornado this, fire, the name of the fires, that's the Most High. And they shall speak great words against the Most High. The whole objective is to keep you from him as an Israelite and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. We just read what they said they're going to do. And you think about what they have already done from slavery to now. And think to change times and laws, which they have, you know. And they shall be given into the hand until a time and times and a dividing of times. That's time is 100, times is 200, and dividing of time, half of the 100 is 50, so that's 350 years, pretty much. Like I said, it's going right along with what they were saying as far as the period of time that we will be really lost, you know. But we coming out of it, you know. We coming out of it right before their eyes. Believe this. All praises to the Most High. So I'm gonna stop there and I'm gonna continue on the Sabbath so that we can continue in the truth, you know, which is contrary to lies that's been taught. And hopefully we won't be bombarded by someone coming in here just with their nonsense. Because that's a distraction, you know, when you have somebody that's always typing something in the text that has nothing to do with the conversation we having, or these scriptures, you know, and mainly the truth. It's very important. So y'all give a like before you leave and share the video and hit the bell. And once you hit the like, look at this, a hype gonna come up, hit the hype. Help this to go out. You know, if you feel moved to want to donate, you can donate through the Cash App, $123,000. Be very much appreciated because we could use all the help that we can in the works that we do. With that, I'll say, Kwam Most High, Power Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Kwam Mashiach Yahushai, and Kwam Yasharala. And Tawala for joining me, and I'm out. Shalom. See everybody on the Shabbat night.